Bachelors of Laws, First Class Honors, Ochen Quita Atieno. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Onderi Amy, Siengo Lydia, Mugo Vanessa, Okiso Branis, Itau Esther.
What's good, everyone? I hope you are doing fine and keeping safe wherever you are. I'm also doing fine. If you're new here, hi, my name is Quinta. Welcome to my family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you so much for always coming back to check my videos. I really appreciate you. So stay tuned. On today's episode, I'm going to do something that I think most of my friends have been really asking me to do it, and most of my I think most of my junior students have been asking me to do it. I did my Bachelor of Laws and I graduated a few months ago. I got a first class honors. Overall, in the graduating class, I was position, I think 4, if not 4 or 5. I was either 4 or 5, I'm not sure. I think 4 or 5, yeah. Either position 4 or position 5 out of the graduating class. From law school, I was the only student with a first class honors, and that was really a plus on my end. Then I was being told like I was now the second student to get a first class from my department. Like from law school, since the school was started, it only got like one first class. Then I was now the second one to get a first class honors from the department. So yeah, I really appreciate and I really thank God for that. So I think I should be updating you guys on my graduation videos and how it went down and my campus life and a lot more. So before I move to like all those details, let me first tell you like the secret that nobody tells you about, like getting these good scores and just passing your exams in campus and so on. There's this magic that nobody talks about and so on, but I don't think like it's a magic. It's like a little trick that nobody talks about. So yeah, today I'm here to discuss about all that. So number one thing that I'd really say is something that really made me to get this first class thing is determination. Like, you know, when I got to my campus, I met the student who got to the first class. She was called Judith. Yeah, Carol Judith or Carol Judy. So I met the student who got to the first class. So she told me like, you know what, nobody has ever like received these awards and blah blah. So I'm the first student to get the first class. So I was really interested in how she really got the first class. So she told me like there is no secret. The secret is for you to start now as a 1.1 student. Like just get to campus and start. Like there is no better time. Like I'm going to wait till I reach my 3rd year, I'm going to wait till I get to 4th year or to 2nd year, because it's the grades are cumulative. Whatever you get in 1st year is going to determine whatever you're going to get in 2nd year. Like they add it, they divide, and that is why it's called cumulative GPA. So she told me like don't wait for don't wait for a specific time. You are in 1.1, you are so fresh, just start now. So you know, I really had a chit chat with her. She really gave me the background to it. Then also when I was coming from the village, you know, my parents were like, you know, girl, you really have to go and work hard there. We're not taking you to school to joke and a lot of things. So when I went there, I had this determination. So number one, you really have to be determined, because if you're not determined, I don't know, like it just don't work. Because there are some days where you don't feel like you need to read. For me, I was doing like law is a huge, like you get to see a huge book, like that is what we deal with. But now it is not like you're gonna read the whole of this book, like now I'm going to read A up to Z. No, you don't do like that. So I was really determined. Like me, I was like, I want to be the second person to break this bar. I want to get like the good things that comes with the first class and so on. So I was really determined, and I think that is one thing that really helped me. So determination is key. You have to be very determined to achieve this. Number two, you have to be very disciplined. Like, you really have, discipline is key. Like, we don't have to debate about it. It is key. In campus, nobody will wake you up to go to class, nobody will wake you up to go and write notes, nobody will do this. So in my first year, I was doing 7 units, and I remember buying 7 A4 books. Like, I see some of my students, like, they, like, even my colleagues, they had like maybe 3 books, 200 pages, and they were like, the first 20 pages are for business law, the second 20 pages are for international human rights law. It is not like that. For me, I used to buy 7 books for the 7 units. Like, they were, I think I used to buy 64 pages. So yeah, every semester I used to buy 7 books. I used to buy a 30-centimeter ruler. I used to buy like bics, red, blue, and black. Like, I used to get these stickers and so on. So I used to stay in hostel. So number one, I was so disciplined. Like, I used to buy the books, like the whole books, and for the units that I was doing that time. Then staying in hostel, of course, we had like roommates. So my roommate maybe was doing a different course and I was doing law. So we had like 2 beds. Another person would sleep this side, the next person this side. So for me, when schools were being opened, I used to buy the 7 books and pens, a lot of things, stickers. And you know, for me, law was something. We do case laws, we do constitution, we do a lot of statutes that you have to refer to. It's not like a market story whereby you say, I met Atieno did this. No, you have to be so accurate. If it is something you are referring to, it has to be so accurate. So I was like, I had to arrange my things in order. So when first class was supposed to be on Monday, I'd attend the first class. And you know, we also had this lecturers whereby, I think that is also another tip. You have to talk to the people in front of you. If you're a first year, you have to talk to a second year in front of you and ask them, like, excuse me, I'm being taught these units by this and this teacher. What does he expect? What does, like, you need to inquire. So me, every semester I'd go to a senior student. Like, if I was in, I'm starting, like, this was my first year, so I went to this same Carol and I told her, like, now these are my units. What is it expected of me? Like, constitutional law 1, I'm being taught by Professor so and so. Legal research and legal methods, I'm being taught by so and so. What do these lecturers expect from me? So she told me, like, for constitution, the lecturer just expects you to write accurate things. Like, if it is article this, if it is chapter this of the constitution, be accurate with whatever you are writing. Don't just guess, like, you say something which is not even appearing in the constitution, or you don't know the article but you want to quote the wrong article. So be accurate. And the lecturer wants, like, quality over quantity. So you see, once you have this at the back of your mind, you're like, okay, this is a plus, I'm going to do this. So there is this lecturer, I think she told me, like, you know, for this lecturer, if you write a wrong case law, like, this lecturer was like a genius or somebody, I don't know. This lecturer was really, really, I don't know how to put it, but I really got, like, the best lecturers. So I had this one lecturer who was so keen when it came to case laws and whatever you were writing. So if at all he would find, like, a strange case law, that one that maybe he has never heard of it, he will go and search it. If it is not found, or it is just rumors you've decided to write, you're gonna deduct some marks. So those were the tips that I was told when I was beginning my law school. So I had all the information. So I was so disciplined. I used to attend my classes. If I had questions, I would ask. Then one thing about me, you see, I put on my specs. And you know, lecture halls, they are so huge and big. Like, the halls are so big, and we used to be over 100+ students. So you can imagine a class of 100+, the lecturer was not using a microphone. So for me, I'd sit in the front seats. Normally, if you're a student, you know, like, they don't love sitting in front. I don't know why, but mostly they don't prefer sitting in front. They go maybe at the back or something. I don't know why. So for me, I used to sit, maybe, I think it was just here in front, whereby I was here, the lecturer is in front of me, the way the camera is in front of me. So I really it was not like, I don't know. So sometimes even if I was late for a class, I knew like definitely no one was going to sit in front, so the front seat would be somehow reserved. But so I used to sit in front. Like me, there's no, if I get to sit behind, I don't know, I don't even remember if I ever sat behind. So me, I used to sit in front, like amongst the first rows and so on. So yeah, that was my position. I used to come with my book and my pen and sit there. So you know, the lecturer just dictates, and they're not like they're dictating for you to write. It's upon you to write, it's upon you not to write. So I used to jot a few notes. Like you just jot something small, like you don't have to write whatever the lecturer is saying, the whole of it word by word. No, you just have to jot a few things that you feel like you're understanding. I know like the lecturer is talking and you are writing. No, let him or her say whatever they are saying, then from it pick whatever you have. And if you are a slow learner, you can record. You just use your phone and record the voice note, and once you are alone somewhere, you can use the. So another thing also, I think this really helped me in campus. I think God, like just knowing God was a plus also on my end, because as I've told you, like from 7 to 8, it used to be Bible study, and I was like every Monday to Friday I'd go for Bible study. I start my day so well, and I just tell God to take charge of my day and to grant me favor in the offices that I go into and so on. So basically, I think God is also one thing that really contribute. Like God is not one thing. God should be number one thing that contributed to these first class honors. So another thing that I really wanted to echo is that don't have attitudes with these lecturers. I used to see some of my not my students, some of my classmates, you know, if you already have an attitude towards a teacher or a lecturer, you're being told, oh, so and so is this, so and so is rude, so and so I don't know what. It is none of your business. Don't get there and start having attitudes with a lecturer. You hear a student saying, me, I've been given an F, I knew this teacher has an attitude with me or something. There was this one lecturer, we were told prior, like, you know, for this person, you will never get an A, you will never get a B or something, because he's just so used to be marking and giving students low grades. So I did my exams. This time I really did, I did my best, like my best, literally my best, and I knew like this exam I am going to get an A. Unfortunately, I got a B minor. So you know, this to attitude started getting into me, like I got a B minor. Then the top during that unit, the top student in that unit got an, I think, A minor. So I was like, so this lecturer only gave one student A minor and the rest of us failed. I remember we did, I don't know, some petitions and so on. You know, this is to pressure that comes along. So we were like, I don't know. So it's somehow this thing started getting into my head, like this lecturer is just, I don't know, he gives students low grades and a lot of things. So I told my mom about it, and my mom was like, you know, why can't you just go and ask this lecturer where you went wrong, you as a person, so he might see and he might help you. So I went to this lecturer. At first I was like, no, that is not my grade, because I had A's in all the 6 units. Then in this particular unit I had a B minor, and a B minor in our school was at 2.7. Our GPA is up to 4.0, but now I had like 2.7 here. The others were 3.7 and 4.0, so I had like 3.6 something out of 4. So but remember I had this B minor. So I went to this lecturer after he left class, and I was like, hi sir, how are you doing? Then he was like, like we started talking a little bit. Then I was like, but me, I'm so sad, I'm so mad, I've failed your unit, I have a B minor. Then he's like, no, you haven't failed. If you have a B minor, you passed. In fact, you should buy yourself some chicken. And I'm like, what do you mean? This is a B minor, it is the lowest grade in my transcript. So he was like, no, you have done so well, come. So he called me, and he had this laptop. So he told me like, you are who? Then I told him like, I'm Quinta. Then he searched Quinta. Then he was like, for the cards you had this, and for the exam you had 28 out of 16. And I was like, okay, so what did I do wrong? Then this lecturer told me, we don't have the papers. I wish I had the papers too, not like whatever you did, but basically whatever students were doing, like they were not quoting the right things. Maybe if you find a student writing for you a procedure, or maybe doing a petition, they don't do it right, maybe how to. Then he was looking at, during group work, he gave us something like a plaint to draft. Then in the exams he brought the same plaint and other options, but people were running for the plaint because it's something they did in group work and so on. So he was also looking for the uniqueness in a student. So this, for the students who maybe passed and got to B and above, they did not do this plaint, like drafting the plaint and so on. So he told me a few tips and whatever he expected from us. Then I was like, oh, well, I now understand. I'm not going for a remark. I had even made my mind that I was going for a remark because that was not my grade. But I realized, like, he was telling me, you know what, there's, at the end of the day, our aim is to finish and go. Don't start soliciting for marks like high school, and now you want to go for a remark or so on. If you go for the remark, yes, the lecturer who is going to mark your paper is also coming from this department. Maybe he or she might be tempted to tell me like, this admission number has applied for a remark, so I'll know like you went for a remark. So I was like, okay, I'm not going for a remark. Let me just accept this and do better next time. So that was, I think, civil procedure 1. So when this semester that we started came, like our results were being released the next semester, like early next semester. So it was this other semester, and it had already started. So I was like, I have learned my mistakes. Let me wait for now the exams and see how things go this time around. So when his exams came, I really followed what he said. I had like notes, I had some things that I had written behind my books. Like I really prepared well for that exams. Like I really did my best. I prepared so well. And I remember I had only that exam. I think the exam was on Friday. Then I had like 3 days to read for it. So I really prepared so well for it. And I did my exam. And when the results came, I had an like A minor. So I was like, okay, so it was my fault. What if I listened to whatever my friends were telling me, like, oh, this lecturer is blah blah, and now I developed this attitude, then apply for a remark and so on. So I got a minor. Then from there, I never had these problems again with the lecturer. Like this specific lecturer was the one that I had problems with giving people low marks. But when I went to him and I got the right track of whatever he expected from a student, I never got below a minor. So that is just to tell you, don't borrow hatred. Like don't borrow hatred that me, I hate this tutor, I hate this lecturer, and blah blah. Don't do that. Another thing, don't make them your competitors. Like you want to address them how you feel like, and a lot of things. Yeah, so just they are your lecturers at the end of the day. Whether they have good phones, whether they have good families or something, it's none of your business. You go and do what it takes to be a student. Another thing, dress code is also very, very important. For me, who used to do law, I started putting on suits in 1.1. Like from day one, my dad made me like 4 suits, and that is what I did up to the end of 4th year. Like how you dress also matter. You find like these students, there are these specific students, they're just bullies or something. I don't know. If you dress so well, it is going to be like the talk of the city. Or trust me, don't even mind them. Don't even try like, oh me, so and so is not dressing officially. A lot of students are not dressing officially. Don't. Because I remember at some point when I became the president of law school, I really struggled to put that law into existence. Like, I really wanted students to dress officially, but the comments and so on, I was like, no, I'm not going to teach an 18-year plus old to dress. So it was something which was like a force. But what if it was coming from inside? Like, me today, I'm putting on my black suit, my heels, my hair is well made, and it is really a plus also, because there's this I don't know, not even the courage, not even the confidence, like there's just some good thing that comes with it. You feel like I'm really doing law. And I remember at some point my dean of the school now gave me the name for the CS education during that time, because it was like, you look like the CS education. And from that, I became the academics director of the entire university. So I think how we dress also really speak volumes, and shows the determination, and I don't know. So really dress so well. If you're doing accounting, try to be official. If you're doing, unless you're doing, even for the people who do like, you see, even if you find people who do like chef or something, they dress well. You see, they have the white things, they have the capes. And if you see people who do hair hostess, they dress nicely, they have those nice. So if you dress so nicely, dress code is also very important in your studies. You can't dress in Crocs, and I know this is going to attack a lot of people, but I used to see like some of my low classmates, we are doing law, and somebody's coming to class with Crocs, ankle socks, tight skin with a hoodie. And I'm like, okay. Then this person expects to be like an A student who just woke up, took her precious time to dress, to put on her suit, to put on her tie. And no, even God rewards, like, God is like, no. So dress so nicely, just dress so nicely and be presentable. Another thing that also contributed to me getting a first class is the kind of group works that I used to do. We have some group works that people are just joyriders. Joyriders? Yeah. They're like, me, I need this group of Quinta because Quinta really performs so well. I'm going to her group. No. I was so choosy. And sometimes I would find myself in groups. Like, the lecturer has just given a group work. Then I find myself in 5 groups. That they added. Somebody texts you like, hi, can I be in your group? Hi. I was wondering, why was that happening? So you really have to choose the kind of people you want in your group. Not that it is being choosy or something. Just take serious people. Honestly, we are here for one business, and once we are done with it, we are going to finish and go. So I also had very nice group members, like, who were up to the task, like, not joyriders, not bench markers. They were like, the moment the group work is given, we go and read the task. Then we're like, we are 9 of us, so and so. We divide the question into maybe 9 parts. We're like, so and so tackle number 1, so and so tackle number 2, a lot of things. Who will combine? And it was work. Even somebody would pay for printing. Oh no, the good old days. So yeah, the people you have in group work is also important. Another thing is the circle of your friends, like the people you have as your friends. In campus, a lot of people have come to do different things. Some have just come to pick their certificates, like they come from these rich families, and their parents are just like, you please just get a certificate. I remember a parent came one of the old days to school, and they were like, please, we just pray for this our daughter to graduate, even if it's a pass, because you are so tired with her. If your parent can reach to that level to even come sorry, excuse me, to even come to your campus, I don't know. My parents came when we were reporting to campus in 1.1. I don't know, my nose is somehow blocking. It's really cold. My parents came when I was reporting as a first-year student, and they never came to that school again. Like, they never came. Unfortunately, my dad passed in 2022, so he was not able to come again. May his soul rest in peace. But my mom had to come for my graduation. Now she was coming for the second time. So yeah, my dad did not come back because he was gone. Yeah, and those are some of the saddest parts that happens, because we were like, I really want to make dad and mom proud, but at the end of the day, it's only mom who makes it to the graduation, because dad was now a deceased. So yeah, so you find like we get into this friendship where somebody has just come to get a certificate. They don't care whether they're going to get a first class or a second or a pass. They don't care. They just need a degree certificate. Then at some point you find these friends, you know, we were so naive. Now we get to dating stage. Some get lost and heartbreaks and a lot of things. So you really have to mind the kind of friends you really have in campus. When I was joining, I had like some friends, but at the end of the day, like as we were graduating, I find them like I had like one or two whom we started with back in first year. So it is not an easy journey, especially if you like campus, you know, people come from different places and different tribes and different backgrounds. So you really have to carry the map of your home at your hand. And anytime you think of doing something fishy, you remember your home and where you're coming from. Because me, I got to campus, I was not drinking, I was not like, and the same way I went into campus, that is the same way I left campus. To date, I don't drink. And you see, just the discipline I was talking about and the kind of friends that you hang out with and you have. Me, when I realized like something was raising eyebrows, I was like, no, I would just distance myself and maintain my goal. So if you have a friend in campus, ensure you are in the same goal. Not like if your friend is getting a 3.3, also get a 3.3. If your friend is getting a 3.7, you are getting a 2.0. You guys are not friends. Somebody is joyriding, or I don't know. So get a friend you have the same vision, the same mission, and you just have the same goals. So I think those are just basically the main secrets to my first class. I don't think like it is this big thing whereby you have to be studying like all through. Then another thing for me, who used to do like case laws and so on, I used to have sticky notes whereby I had case laws written down, like a lot of things. So whatever I thought was really hard for me to maybe get into my brain, I would write it down and pin it on my wall. Excuse me. So after pinning it, like maybe on the wall, when I wake up in the morning, I just look at it like this and I'm like, okay, this is talking about this. So yeah, normalize writing notes and have a diary of your plans and so on. But another thing, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to have fun. Me, I was an all-round student. Classes, CU, all those things. And yeah, even for dating, don't just forget to have fun. And in as much as you're having fun, remember to prioritize. Is it prioritize? Make things priority, like have a priority. Yeah, that was what I meant. Have a priority. If you're a campus student, your priority is academics. Academics should have like 60%. Friends should have 10%. Other things should have 10-10. Just give them equal grade, but remember to have a priority. Don't give friendship 50, don't give academics 50. Like, just do things that you can balance. So let nobody lie to you, oh, now you're going to be a bookworm. No, have fun. That is one thing people thought I was doing in campus, like I was not having fun, I was just reading. No, I had fun a lot. I traveled to different places, I joined different activities. Me, I was just an all-round person. During weekends, I'd go to my friends, and you see, we'd play games and so on. So don't be like, oh, me now, for me to pass, I have to read books, I have to. No, don't exaggerate. Just give it 50 or 60. percent you're like me, I want to do, then don't wait to do your exams and pass in exam. Pass in the cards, do the projects, the cards, and so on. Do your best. So when exams comes, out of whatever grade you have, just find half or 3/4 of it, then you're good to go. So yeah, those are basically things that made me get a first class. In my next video, I am going to do my first class, no, not first class. In my next video, I am going to do my campus life. In the next video also, I'm going to do life after campus, how it went, and a lot of things, what I'm planning to do or what I'm up to. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you've really learned a lot, and you're going to, it is going to help you in your studies. If you're studying, remember, it's never too serious. Just have your time. Don't kill yourself like you have to get a first class or you have to get a good grade. No, just to do what you can, and the rest leave it to God. And also remember, there must be an A student, there must be a B student, there must be a B, and there must be a D student. What you have to do is that you have to better yourself each and every day. If you started getting a C plus, try to get a B minor. If you started getting a D, try to get a C. If you started by getting an E or F, try now and get a D. It is no longer like, it is not like you have to get an A all through. No, it is the single steps that you make each and every day that matters at the end of the day. Better get an E that is your best rather than getting an E that is not your best and you start regretting. So don't kill yourself like you have to get an A. Even if you're getting a B but that B is your best, there's no problem, you are okay. But if you're getting a B and you know you don't deserve that B, you can really do better. So yeah, keep safe, and thank you so much for watching this vlog. I wish you all the best in your studies, and may God help you so much. Bye.